Go ahead and make sure that everything's set up and rolling. But let me make sure everything is set up here. Oh, there we go. Looks like we're live. We should have good sound. If you're watching, let me know. But wow, it has been a minute. If you have watched this channel, then you know that I used to cover Lucid daily, and then life got busy. If you know what I've been up to, I'm sure you can understand. But let's catch up on Lucid. It's been a while, and I kind of want to test out this new studio. And if this goes well, then why not keep the ball rolling, and we can kind of see how things go. But if you're an old member, welcome back. If you're new, take a ride. Let's see what happens. All right. I want to go ahead and dive into what's going on with Lucid for like the last 2 years. I haven't kept up with this company. Every once in a while, I'll see something come across the headlines regarding Lucid, and Lucid's got a special place in my heart, for better or for worse. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Hopefully, everything's good with the audio. It's tough to do an audio check, but I might do one real quick. I'm gonna do a quick audio check. This is really funny, actually. Let's see. All right, yeah. So it looks like our audio is good. Yep. Thank you for the comments. Been working hard with Kevin over here, but here we're talking about Lucid and kind of what's going on with EVs. Any questions? And ready to kind of dive into everything. But this is a good time. So it looks like we got about 5 of you watching. But hey, I just want to go ahead and kind of I haven't done too much research on Lucid and what's been going on. So I want to go ahead and dive in with you guys and see what's going on. So you can see on their website they're heavily advertising their Gravity. Let's go. I don't even know what the options are. So let's go ahead and let's see what we've got here. Let's see. Why is this not? Let me see. Oh, that's why. Let's see if this works. I can't really. Can I not design without? Looks like, oh, I didn't really get to design it. Oh, well, I won't design it. It's more of a monitor thing, but oh, well. Okay. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go back to the website. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yep. Cool. So they're saying their leases start $500. This is for the Lucid Air, it looks like. Their Gravity orders are open. I don't think they're shipping yet. And there's nothing too new. So I haven't heard a lot of bad things, but I haven't heard a lot of good things about Lucid lately. So let's kind of go ahead and I want to dive into their financials. I know Peter Rawlinson stepped down as their CEO finally. So that's good for Lucid. I think I was not a fan of this guy. But I want to go ahead and figure out what's going on with the company. So I have a list of things that I want to take a look at. Let me go ahead and pull it up really quick. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the stock price. Let me just use this tab really quick. Let's see. So Lucid right now is trading for $2.20 a share. They haven't moved too much. I mean, wow, this month they've actually gotten pretty hammered. I wonder if the tariffs are going pretty heavy on them. Year to date, down 25%. Past year, 12, and then 5 year. I used to cover Lucid in this era, 2023, 2024, and then I kind of made a video just extremely upset about what the company was doing and then the direction it was being taken in. And that was really kind of when I stopped covering it. So I want to take a look at the Saudi investment fund. I want to take a look at everything that's going on fundamentally with this company, or as much as I possibly can. But okay, so we have this, $2.20 a share. At one point, they were worth $50 a share, which is crazy to think about. But it looks like they're still at a $6.7 billion market cap. So this company is not a nothing company. But let's go ahead and take a look at their SEC documents, and we'll kind of see. First, I wanted to look at the Lucid CEO. Okay, so Peter Rawlinson stepped down. I wonder he's still on the board, I think, but I want to see who this guy is. I want to see who Mark Winterhoff is. Okay, Mark Winterhoff, he was the COO, great. Okay, partner at Roland Berger, European management consultancy, where he focused on operational leadership for large automotive manufacturers, managing manufacturing cost efficiencies, introduction of sales, service, and mobility concepts, and long-term strategic for automotive brands. Cool. Sounds qualified for the job. I'm sure Lucid wrote that bio, so they want to make it sound as. I don't think he'll be interim anymore. I think he'll be pretty permanent. I think they'll. I don't know. I think the board will just have to vote on it. But other than that, I think he'll stay on it. Let's go ahead and look at their. I want to go ahead and look at their. Let me pull this up really quick. SEC.gov. Let's go ahead and look at Lucid. Okay. Actually, let's just go through their website and get the documents through. Lucid Investor Relations. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull this up. There's the earnings, their Q1 2025 that just happened. Where can I find their documents? Let me see. Financials, SEC filings, great. Okay, let's see what they filed recently. Ooh, I want to see what this is. We'll take a look at that. Initial filing by director, officer, or owner of more than 10%. I want to see who sold or who bought. Maybe that's why we had such a big sell-off. Let me just go ahead and filter for quarterly filings. Choose from a list. Let's just do. I just want to see quarterlies, to be honest. Quarterly filings. Okay, let's just look at their last quarter, May 6th. Okay. All right, this is what I want to look at. Let's see. Okay, I want to see. Let me switch to this. Let's actually look at this tab. So you have, who is this? Douglas or Grim Douglas? No, Grim Douglas. He's a director with 10%. Let's see. Did he buy or sell? Let's see. Security, common stock. Okay. Trying to see. I don't see exactly. Trying to see what this is. Let's see. Initial step. Is it just disclosing his ownership? Did he sell everything? This is weird. I'm trying to get an understanding of what happened. To execute file. Full power of attorney, fine. Sale of securities. Let me see. Douglas Grim Lucid. Let me look. Douglas. Here, let me look really quick. Douglas Grim Lucid. Let's see if there's any. Oh, it looks like they brought him on and gave him 10%. I'm trying to see what they gave him because why'd they file that? They gave him something. I might have to do some more research on this. Let me actually download this really quick. Let me take a look at something. Let me see if I can get a quick AI answer for what if he bought or sold. It's so funny. I don't think I had AI last time I was doing Lucid Daily. It's funny. Okay, let's see. He became a company insider. Oh, he just became a director. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's a nothing burger. He just became a director. He just got a title. Okay, that's fine. Ignore that. So let's go back. Let's go ahead and read their financials. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So we're going to go look. Okay, So current assets, this is year over year. I just want to, because I haven't followed this company so like very closely. Oh, let me use this tab. Sorry. Okay. So here are Lucid's current assets. Let me make sure that the stream's going well. Okay. Looks like we're good. Current assets, they have 1.8 billion in assets, 1.7 in cash. They had 2.4 last quarter. That's fine. Nothing too crazy there. Inventory, prepaid expenses, that's fine. Total assets, they have 4.4. Oh, that's the cash. They have a good amount of cash. They must have just gotten an infusion of cash. Okay. 4.4 billion in cash. They had 4.8, so they spent 400 million. Um, Property, plant, and equipment. They have those massive factories, right of use assets. It looks like they have some long-term investments, including 50. I wonder if these are deposits. I can't tell. Investments in equity related party. Okay, so they have $9.2 billion of assets. They had 9.6 last year. Okay, great. Let's see how this balances out. So now let's see. Accounts payable, that's down, fine. Long-term debt, 2 billion, fine. Long-term liabilities, I think those must be deposits. We'll see though. Total liabilities, 4.3. Okay, so they have, let's see, current liabilities. Of their total current liabilities, they have 1.3. They have 1.8 in cash, so they have enough cash. Let's see how well they can manage it. Okay, so they have enough to pay their bills for a little while. Fine. So let me see. Solvency versus liquidity. Solvency focuses on long-term liquidity. Okay, so they have enough liquidity. Okay, so that's fine. Solvency is long-term liabilities. Liquidity is short-term liabilities. So let's keep diving into this. Okay, let's look at the revenue. Let's see how much money they've started making. So the revenue increased from 172 million to 235 million. See, they're still not making any money. Jeez, it's actually costing them more. Well, I mean, that's fine because they brought in more revenue, so of course their costs are going to go up. Their R&D, which I don't know why they're spending so much on R&D, so we'll have to dive into that and see what they're spending it on exactly. R&D, SG&A, these are probably their showrooms, their sales reps, and just staff. So they spent 926 million to make 235 million. And for a company that is, when did they SPAC Lucid? For a company that in 2020, so they are 5 years old now, and they're still losing almost $1 billion a quarter. I mean, $500 million a quarter. But it's an improvement. I will say it is an improvement from where they were last quarter. Okay. Other income, don't really care about this too much. And let's see. Okay. Spent 52 million on interest income. Okay. I want to see their expenses. Okay. Interest income, fine. Interest expense, 11 million. Net loss, 366 million. Okay. That's fine. All right. I want to see if there's anything. Let's look at their cash flow. Okay, let's take so we're going to take this 366 number right here. I think that number matches up, the 366 net loss, but I could be off. Yeah, 366. Okay, so let's see what they did with this. 366. Again, it's a loss. They lost a lot less. So I mean, this is a substantial improvement from where they were last quarter. And when did Rawlinson step down? Because I think that'll line up. When did Rawlinson step down? He stepped down in February. So yeah, this is new CEO quarter, which honestly, this is a good sign that he's making a big difference. So that's good. Okay. So there's that. Okay, let's see what they did with their cash flows. Okay. Net loss, we know that, but let's see how they spent it. Depreciation and amortization, we can add that back in. Um, Insurance, non-cash operating lease costs, stock-based comp. They still handed out 27 million. Well, look, I don't know if that's directly because of Rollinson, but this is their stock comp line. Stock compensation last year, again, it's Q4, end of year bonuses, whatever. They handed out 63 million. This quarter was 27 million. Um, it's funny. Okay. So now we're gonna look prepaid expenses. Accounts receivable 21 million, inventory 206 million, accounts payable, net cash 428. Okay. Let's see. Cash flow from financing. Again, I haven't covered this company in like 2 years, so I'm just reading and I've learned a lot more about these statements in the last 2 years. So I'm just kind of reading, catching up. You can learn a lot from a company by their balance sheet and income statement. Um, Okay, let's see. See if there's anything else. I want to see why their R&D costs are still so high. Um, this looks relatively important, but I don't think I'm gonna spend time reading it. Yeah, they've lost so much money. Let's see. Let's keep going. I just want to see if there's anything juicy in here. Their cash and cash equivalents went up. Um, I don't see R&D. I might search that really quick. I know this is kind of boring, but this is more for me to kind of take a look at. Derivative liabilities, restructuring. Okay, they did a restructuring plan that cost them. I think these were buyouts. I wonder if they had to buy Peter Rawlinson out. I don't know. This is kind of all speculation, but it looks like they had some sort of restructuring plan where I don't know if they let employees go or what happened, but interesting. Balance sheet components, inventories, raw materials, work in progress, finished goods, $500 million of inventory on their lots, PP&E, plant, property, and equipment. Okay. Land improvements, 70 million, building improvements, a billion, tooling, 2 billion, which I think, if I remember correctly, they bought one of Nikola's old factories. It's kind of old news, but again, I haven't covered this company in a while, so I just want to kind of dive back in and test everything, test the studio. And hey, if you guys like this and you guys want me to keep going, I'm happy to kind of give my thoughts on it. I have no investment into Lucid, at least that I'm aware of. Um, okay. So that was last quarter. Should we go take a dive through their earnings calls? If anyone's watching, should we go quickly skim through their last earnings call? That might be kind of fun instead of reading these boring analysis. Let's see. Okay, I'm kind of done with this now. I kind of read what I wanted to. Okay, so actually, I wanted to see this. Did they break? How did they break down? I wonder if I don't think they talk about how many cars they delivered. Deliveries. I don't think they talk about how many deliveries they had. Oh well, it's fine. Okay. I'm gonna probably I skimmed through this. We already went through all that. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull up their earnings call really quick because that was a good read. Now let's go ahead and usually I like to read the earnings call first, but let me go ahead. Lucid, I think it was Q1 2025. Oh wait, let's see. Did they have their deliveries public? Let's see. Um, let's actually. I might see if AI can help me with this. Lucid Motors deliveries per quarter for the last 5 years. Let's see if AI can gives me anything useful for this. Okay, while that's working, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the earnings call. Lucid Motors Q1 2025 earnings call. Okay. All right. 2020 no deliveries. 2021 no deliveries. Minimal deliveries. Okay. 360, 650, 2000, 3000, and then so yeah, I mean these were all-time high deliveries, which is good. Um, so I mean these are the best revenue numbers Lucid has seen, which is good, but they got to figure out how to stop spending so much money. Okay, I'm not going to listen to it, but I want to bring this up to highlight it. Let's see here. Oh, I realize I might be on the wrong tab. Let's use that tab. Okay, so I'll worry about that. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me use this tab really quick. Okay, Lucid. All right, Q1 2025 earnings call. Okay, let's see if Seeking Alpha has it. Seeking Alpha is usually pretty good at this. Wow, Peter Rollinson's not even on the earnings call anymore. That's funny. It's sad, but I didn't like him. I did not like him. Okay, let's skim through this really quick. Okay, hello. Okay, now they have their big disclaimer. Okay, let's see actually what they say about tariffs. Okay, so they have the interim CEO, good. They have a different CFO because it used to be somebody different. I can't remember who it was, but they had somebody different. Okay, before handing over the call, let me remind you the statement includes forward-looking statements. Fine. Okay. Okay. Appreciation for employees, good. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I apologize. Okay. Let me see if I can zoom in. Let me see if I can collapse that. There we go. And hopefully you guys can see this a little bit better. I'm just gonna go to here. Okay. Let me see. Okay. First earnings call 2025. I'd like to begin by expressing some sincere appreciation. Significant strides versus operational execution and strategic positioning. We delivered 3,109 vehicles, up more than 58% year over year. That matches up with what I had, I believe. Let me double check. Q1, yeah. So, I mean, year over year they did great, but I wonder how tariffs are going to impact them. Let's see if they talk about that at all. Okay. Very limited deliveries in Saudi Arabia due to a system change that has been fully resolved since then. They produced 2,200. We also had 600 vehicles in transit to Saudi Arabia. These would be counted towards Q2 production. Okay, fine. Improvement in gross margin. Did they have an improvement in gross margin? Let me look. I'm looking at the earnings call. You guys can't see this. Sorry about that. I just don't want to make you guys dizzy. Okay, let's see. Revenue. Let me go up. Okay, let's see here. Revenue, assets, fine. Revenue. I don't have my calculator on me. I don't have my phone. Okay, so let's keep going with this. Completed convertible notes offering a strong support from the PIF. I'd be remiss if I didn't personally thank them for the continued support and partnership. Yeah, because you'd be bankrupt if you didn't have them. The Lucid Air demand remains strong. Best luxury electric car in the U.S. Yeah, that's never been a problem. The luxury aspect, fine. Can you guys not see my screen? Let me see. Why can't you see my screen? Um, can you not? Oh, yeah, you can. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, that made me dizzy for a second. Okay, first quarter, Lucid remained the number one best-selling EV. Huh? I'm proud to say that in 2025, Lucid Air was named, okay, News and Road Report for the fourth consecutive year. Okay. In the first quarter, Lucid Air remained the number one best-selling EV and third best-selling sedan overall in its segment in the US. Okay, so it's probably like third best luxury. So, fine. It's nothing too crazy to write home about. Let's see where the money's at. Okay, so Lucid Gravity. Meet back in studio. Okay, you guys are seeing this. 11 million people. So now they're like measuring social media impressions, which is funny. I'm sure the Lucid Gravity is gonna be a nice car, but they've spent so much money on this car. Is as good as an EV SUV, but you're seeing already that Tesla's having a Tesla's having an issue with their um, Model X. It's and the Model X is already expensive. So you're telling me there's enough people out there that are going to want this? I hope so. 7-passenger vehicle. Okay, I just want to see where the money's at. Tell me how you guys are going to make money. We can see Gravity customers, including the first. We continue deliveries of the Lucid Gravity to customers. What? Has Lucid Gravity delivery started? Lucid Gravity. Lucid Gravity deliveries. Here, I'll share. Can I share this tab? Let's see. Is this? I want to see if this breaks anything. It shouldn't. Okay. Our Lucid advisor just called to give us an update on our order on our Air lease. So upcoming Gravity pre-order, exciting stuff. What I can confirm. The Gravity is being built in batches. The next batch you can choose from will be available in 4 to 8 weeks. Only in the green and black, about 87 built in the batch. The Gravity Dream Drive Pro 2 will come with the hands-free driving on delivery. Dream Drive 2 Premium is equivalent to the current state of no hand driving on current Airs. HUD display, heads-up display is delayed with no date. We opted to have requested a build with power outlets. No early lease ending for Air, only 5-month extension. If you want to wait for a specific build, we opted for most packages, but skipped third row, chose the smallest tires. But we will wait for model with more power outlets. If it's not immediately available, that info was not available at the time. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the earnings call. Okay, so that's pretty convenient. I can switch pretty quickly. That's nice. All right. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Okay. So they are doing some small batches. While many companies are currently focused on the tariff situation, I'm optimistic about the potential for our technology access and licensing business. We've seen interest in our manufacturing capability in Arizona as OEMs look for more capital efficient strategies to make vehicles in the US. Yeah, because they're afraid of tariffs. So they must have built too big of a not too big. They must have built a big enough warehouse where they're not using all the space and they're willing to like almost lease out that space to other manufacturers, which is smart. I mean, you might as well use that space since you own it. Um, okay, the recent purchase of certain Nikola assets gives us further optionality while adding hundreds of American jobs. So far, we've welcomed more than 250 former Nikola employees with strong backgrounds in EV technology, which will support our growth plans. Fine. We paid approximately 17. We paid approximately 17 million in cash. So it looks like they got a wedge on Nikola, which is nice. Okay. It was probably a good acquisition, to be honest. Plus the assumption of two of their Arizona leases, a truly great deal that allows us to gain assets that would have been otherwise significantly more costly by a huge factor. I actually agree. Good buy, in my opinion. For context, these assets are valued at hundreds of millions of dollars. We've also engaged with strategic partners in Saudi Arabia and recently announced an MOU with the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology. Fine. I remember what they were talking about that. What is this? Operating costs. All right, let's see what they have to say about operating costs. On operating costs, greater efficiency means smaller battery for given amount of range. I don't really understand. Multiple level 4. Okay. I don't really care about. Oh, I skipped that. Whoops. I thought they were talking about the OpEx. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay. Okay. We are focused on delivering the best and safest solution to our customers, leveraging models that can quickly scale in multiple geographies, and optimizing Lucid's CapEx and OpEx to get competitive product. We've been gently asked and frequently guidance on tariffs. I don't believe anyone can be more immune. We are in a better position than others, given that we produce all of our vehicles and sell major components like our drive units, battery modules, and packs in the US in Arizona. Okay, good. Okay, so their battery cells from Panasonic are produced in Japan. We expect future production at Panasonic's new factory in Kansas. Probably going to be more expensive still. Okay. I kind of just want to get to the Q&A now. One of my top priorities as CFO is ensuring that Lucid has financial strength and flexibility to scale responsibly. In Q1, we took 2 important steps to bolster our liquidity and financial resilience. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is interesting. Okay, in February, we renewed and upsized our GIB credit facility in Saudi Arabia, increasing the commitment by approximately 240 million. In April, we closed a $1.1 billion convertible senior note offering due in 2030. This is all just dilutive, which included the full exercise of $100 million optional allotment option, and we used 9.35 million. It'd be really interesting to go read those note details. It's boring, but I want to see how much the dilution is going to be. Both transactions demonstrated strong institutional support, particularly from the PIF. Okay. Q1 results, we produced 2,200 vehicles. Okay, that's increased. We delivered 3,100 vehicles year over year, which is actually their all-time high, I think. So achieved despite temporary system issues in Saudi Arabia that have now been fully resolved. Great. The total revenue for the quarter was 235 million, representing 36% year-over-year growth. That was good. Gross margin was negative. their gross margin was only negative 97% compared to 134%. Oops. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. They're doing better. In Q1, R&D was down. Was 251 million down. I can't believe they're spending 251 million dollars on the Gravity still. Like, they announced that in 2020, and they are still spending $250 million a quarter on it. However, we expect R&D to increase throughout the year. SG&A was 212 million, a 13% decline. Yeah, because they got rid of Peter Rawlinson. I'm just kidding. That's mean. I don't know why. The change was primarily attributable to a reversal of $35 million related to previously organized It honestly might have been Peter Rollins, he made he they reorganized his stock comp, and I don't know what happened, but this honestly may be Rawlinson. This reversal and one time in nature, we can expect to normalize this in the second quarter, combined with our seasonal growth and marketing initiative that we signaled last year. We would expect more significant sequential increase in SG&A in the second quarter. We're continuing to focus on efficiency. We're also investing where it matters, including brand building, expanding our commercial reach. Adjusted EBITDA in Q1 was negative 563 million. Let's talk about the balance sheet. Our liquidity position and the strategic deployment of capital. In Q1, we ended approximately with 4.56 billion in cash, investment and total liquidity of 5.7 billion. This provides a strong platform. Okay, yeah, they have the capital. They're not going to go bankrupt. Inventory increased to 471 million, so they have more cars sitting on their lot, I think. Probably Gravity's waiting to be delivered. CapEx outlook. Okay, I'm going to skip through. I'm just going to go skim through this. Last quarter, we provided a potential gross margin headwind of 7% to 12% based on the tariff impact, as we were aware at the time of our Q4 earnings back in February. They're so late with their earnings, it drives me crazy. It's almost like a quarter behind. Not quite, but it just feels really late. We turning to our production. We forecast production of approximately 20,000 vehicles in 2025. Okay, so that's 5,000 a quarter, which is like, I don't think they're going to hit that, right? That would be 4,000. That would be 5,000 a quarter, and they just hit. What was it? It was 2,200, right? They just hit 2,200 deliveries. Produced, not delivered. Oh yeah, here it is. Produced 212,000 vehicles, and they're expecting in 2025 to produce more than double that. That will be revised, is my guess. Okay, where is it? Where'd it go? Sorry, I know. Okay, there it is. Sorry, I know that's probably dizzy for you guys. Okay, approximately 5,000 vehicles a quarter. All right, let's see it. They got to more than double it. There are many uncertainties in the market. We believe we have some potential levers if the market dynamics were to fluctuate. But we feel like, in fairness to Lucid, they've only really been in production since rates were high. So we don't really know Lucid when rates are low, which in a low interest rate environment, they're going to sell more cars. We'll see how they do, but that's not what the market says right now. So it's not what the market's doing right now. So let's see how they do. In regards to our liquidity position, we ended the quarter with total liquidity. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, let's skim through some questions really quick. Q&A portion. All right. Second part on first select for it's just the pace at which it's been to bring the Gravity to market, dude, it's been like 5 years and it's still not completely here. Wait, did he ask about? Okay. Question is from Kartik. With the acquisition of the Nikola factory, can midsize rollout and ramp be accelerated than previously planned? Oh, because they're doing the midsize version. I forgot about that. Yeah, I need to learn more about what that is. I'm still trying to catch up. When I heard they were doing the midsize, I think it was like a Model Y crossover type. Let me see. Lucid Model Y competitor. Is that what it finally is? Inside EV. Oh, that's cool. Good. Yeah, duh. I'm surprised they should have scrapped. Honestly, they should have scrapped the Gravity and just gone full bore on that, because it's the most sold car that Tesla has. I need to learn before I open my mouth too much about this. I should learn more about this mid-size update, and then we can talk about it if you guys want me to be making videos again. If not, then we'll just not do that. But if you guys are interested, then if you guys want me to making videos about the Lucid again, leave a like. I'll give you guys my unfiltered comments. I don't have any investment in them, so feel free to leave a comment or like or something to give me some sort of indication you want me to be making videos again on Lucid. Okay. The midsize is difficult. Okay. Yeah, I think they got a good deal on the Nikola stuff. Okay, everybody wants them to sell their technology. The company Lucid Group, not Lucid Motors, in fact. We're not. We are in active discussions with many other companies, but of course, many OEMs today are very preoccupied with tariffs. Yeah, no, they don't have any. They don't have any hardcore deals. It's fine. Okay. It's fair to say that Lucid lacks urgency with regard to production ramp and deliveries. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Gravity's timeline seems especially slow from a year unraveling two orders. Oh, wait. For slow a year from unveiling two orders opening 51 days to make 50 cars for friends and family. Nothing to show in 4 months since. Oh, that's funny. It's terrible. He says that they brought this poor CEO just got handed a hot potato of a company. I mean, they're not going to go. At least their bankruptcy risk is relatively low from what I can tell. Like, I could be wrong. Um, oh my gosh, this was one of my biggest complaints about Lucid in my time covering of them, was that they always blame supply chains and bottlenecks. They got to figure that. I don't know. We just recently did our very first Gravity Dream Edition, and deliveries continue today. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of skip through these. Okay, I'm skipping through these. I'm surprised that they're not like congratulating them on the highest deliveries they've ever had. Let me double check. I could be wrong, but let me see. 3,100. Yeah, these are the highest, the most deliveries they've ever had. 9, 12. Yeah, no, it's the most deliveries they've ever had. So I don't know why anybody's not recognizing that. And okay, that's fine. The average selling price will go up. They will increase. That's good for their margins. Capital injection. Okay. Okay, let's see. I wonder if anybody mentioned anything about Peter. I'll look. Okay. ADOS, fine. Partnership. Aston Martin deal, which I think that's old. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else too crazy here. Heads up they're talking about the heads up display. But also on the topic of the head around the heads up display, you probably have heard that the basic disentangled the technology package. We basically disentangled the technology package and made the head up optional because we had issues with the supplier not ramping up at the level as our customer wanted. Actually, the technology package Now we have to untangle that. We can continue to build vehicles because it's not only the HUD itself involved. Okay, they're still in like their production help stage. They're pretty they're on the struggle bus still. I just want to see if they mentioned Peter. Nope, Peter wasn't even mentioned. That's funny. Oh, all right. Well, let's take one more look at the stock actually. Let me see. And then we'll probably wrap up here. And then if anybody has questions, I can take them. Let me see here. Share this tab instead. Okay. So when was that earnings call? That earnings call was they reported earnings on May 6th. So their numbers came out when? These numbers came out probably similar time. I think it was May 6th. Let me see. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. 3 billion shares outstanding. Okay. Let's see. I just want to see how their stock reacted to it. Not good. Let's see. March. Yeah, no, not good. I mean, they ran up a little bit, 17%, but I mean, it's hard to be excited when you're a $2 stock. They have some work to do, but it's all good. It's all good. Young company, youngish company. Well, they're still a $6.7 billion company. If you guys have enjoyed watching, consider leaving a like, subscribe if you want. I may come on here and see what you guys think. If I should be making videos about Lucid still, if you guys would prefer a different company, I can just cover any company pretty much within reason. So whenever Lucid has news, I'll probably come on and cover it. We can do earnings call stuff. But yeah, I'm glad it seems like the studio worked well. I'll watch this recording back and see how it goes. But appreciate you guys watching, and thank you guys for all the support that has over the years that's gotten me kind of here. But if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments. But like always, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.